Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. Today's show is brought to you by RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. HSV Inside Out is also brought to you by Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there.
Dennis Simpson here, Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Mr. Greg Castile, Mr. Jim. So, what do you guys do here on a regular basis, huh?
We try to make the village look better.
Look at this. Look at this here. I tell you what, before I staggered into this man's establishment, tell him, Cowboy, tell him. Go ahead. Go ahead, let her rip.
Woo!
Yeah.
He staggered in all right, and I said, whoa, look at there. We got some work to do here.
I was in the do-it-yourself program, and Mr. Cowboy has given me a 12-step to get out. Him and Jim have helped me get out of this. How long have you been cutting hair, Jim?
38 years.
38 years. And so, is your cousin, right?
First cousin, yes.
I don't understand. You both just happen to be cutting hair for decades, right?
Oh, 78 years of experience sitting
78 years between the two of you, really?
Really.
So, Jim, you're from where? What part of Arkansas?
From Monticello, Arkansas.
From South Arkansas, L.A.
Southeast Arkansas.
Lower Arkansas.
Yeah.
And we touched on this in the other show, but where exactly are you from, Cowboy?
I'm from the same place originally, but came to the village from Colorado.
Well, Jim, how did you know? You live in the village or just nearby?
Nearby.
Nearby. Undisclosed location. That's what I'm hearing right there. I understand. I was in the witness relocation program one time too. I know what you're talking about, Jim. No, but these guys, that you've seen some of the pictures that we're talking here. These guys are great haircut. Tell me how the club works, because it's not a barbershop per se, right?
It's a private club, private barber club. I had an idea that I came to the village that I did not want to work as hard that I've been working the past 40 years.
Yeah.
And I swore I'd never cut hair again. And decided when I got here I didn't play golf. And thought, well, maybe I can cut a little bit of hair. So I came up with this idea that I've not ever did. Now, a lot of these things that we have going on in the shop are over 40 years experience, but the barber club was something that we came up with that I could make it fun. We could pick our clients. We interviewed every client that came in.
And your dates, and you could pick your dates too.
I could pick my dates. I could do it the way I wanted to do it, and no stress involved, and interview everybody. The biggest thing in this shop that you have to be is fun. If you don't know the definition of fun, you can't be a member here.
Happy trails. Hence all the dollar bills. I don't know if I'll take some
Yes.
B-roll to show these pictures up here.
Yes.
So about, when did you start this? About 2 years ago?
No, I started we're in our 8th month, right at this time, it was
In this
8 months
location.
ago, in this
Yeah.
location. And we 33 days, I like to brag on this because it's new, never happened for me, but from 33 working days, I came in to get 250 members, and 33 days later, I had 250 members.
And somebody told me that when they got to 250, that was it. They wasn't going to have nobody else, but then they put in 2 chairs. Jim, how did this happen? What are we doing with those other chairs, man? Huh?
Well, when the 250 got filled, opened up a door for another barber and another 250 clients today.
And to be frank, Cowboy got me started on the road to righteousness, but Jim keeps me going that way all the time. And really a fantastic 1-2 punch. There's no lack of ability or talent here, that's for sure. And I think one of the things, Cowboy, and I've sat here enough in these chairs enough to know that Cowboy and I can have a conversation, and probably half of your clientele can't hear a word because they're stone deaf without their hearing aids, right?
Pretty close to the right.
It's about 50%. But all that to say, it's got a talk, it's got a feel, it's got a community. You got a lot of, you talk about fun, you got a lot of fun guys.
Fun.
And it's not, in today's day and time, let me tell you a little story. You know where Deborah's restaurant is down here at the corner of Carmona, the little wide spot in the road,
Right.
So they were playing the History Channel, okay?
Yeah.
And they had to turn the History Channel. You know why? Because people were about to go to fisticuffs over the History Channel because one didn't agree with what the others did. They had you right and you had you left, and they were about to come to fisticuffs. Now they had got to play the darn weather. I'm imagining somebody's going to be hollering about the weather soon. But my point being, it's a super civil society here. Everybody I meet in this building, when you walk in that door, everybody's polite. They're kind, and you guys set the tone for that. I mean, let's be frank, that's the tone. And I know the story. As easygoing and as genteel as you are, when Mr. A-hole walks in the door, y'all go and show him how back out the door, right?
That's right.
No need in this. So the club, now, you go only 15 days a month, is that right?
1st through the 15th.
So from 1 to 15, then the 16th through the 30th or 31st.
We're closed.
But what do you do?
Well, I'm a bull rider, so I find things to do.
That's incredible. Jim, what do you do?
I have a farm back at the house. I go back and work cows and horses and do my everyday life. Basically, watching over my son's business and my daughter in college. And, it takes a lot of time and efforts. Plus, we've had a appraisal business for 25 years, and in the last 5 years, my wife has gone to work for a bank that uses her for their appraisals only.
Yeah.
So it kind of cut me out, so I'm kind of retired, and I have nothing else to do other than just mess around at the house of working cows, and it's not a everyday chore. The fences don't get broke every day, so you don't have to go work fences.
And that's
Drink
good
a
news.
lot of coffee.
Drink a lot of coffee. And by the way, this is really coffee. I promise. We're sitting in front of a bar, but it is a coffee thing. And where's the sign? Where's the sign? Liquors for members only.
Oh,
We mean it now, people. This is not a
Let's see.
There you
see
go.
if we can bring it out
There you
here.
go. Liquor for members only. We're talking to you, Cantrell. Anyway, teetotaler beyond, you can't imagine. But my point being here, when people ask me about the demographic of the village, okay, as wildly disparate as it is, I can always tell you the things we have in mind. We don't sit around good. We don't watch Matlock well. We're all people that want to keep going and keep doing. It's not a financial thing either. We just hired a lady at the Townhouse Association who was a vice president at Cadence Bank in South Arkansas. Y'all know her. I know you know the name where I'm talking about. And why would you go from being a vice president to being basically an administrative assistant? Because you don't want to sit at the house all day.
Yeah.
You know,
There you go.
the good Lord meant for man to work is what I understand, right?
There you go.
Well, and I wanted to come back to another point real quick. I've kind of run some of this through in my mind. Don't take this wrong, Cowboy, but I need to address what some people may think. Okay?
Okay.
Bull rider, blah, 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 blah. I know a lot of times in today's society, and you know this too, in South Arkansas in particular, my lovely wife and whatever, if I put on boots and spurs and hats, I'd be a genuine goat roper, okay? which is a term of disparity in South Arkansas, people. I just want y'all to know. Somebody calls you a goat roper, they are not doing you a favor, right? You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
It means you don't really know how to rope a real steer. You're just practicing on the little goats and all that. But you guys are real. I mean, and I don't mean that
That's
in
fake. You're saying fake.
No, I don't. I didn't say
Fake
that.
cowboys.
Fake cowboys. That'd be the right way. That'd be the right way to put it.
Yeah.
But my point being, it's real. And when people, when people call you cowboy or go by that name, and you come in and you see all the decor and all the hats and all the whatever, you could think, well, this dresses up good.
Mm-hmm.
As my late father-in-law would say, Diane's dad would have said, that's fake country. That ain't real.
Yeah.
This is real country.
This
is
real
really
country.
what you do,
This is it.
So I wanted you to tell the fine folks, when I first met you, and you had a place just outside the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're technically just still outside the gate, aren't we?
Yeah.
But when I first met you at the other building back up there, you were running back and forth to Wyoming?
Yes.
And what were you doing there?
Ranching. So for the past 2 years, we moved back here, and it worked very well when I lived out west. But we got to the village, and it's 1,600 miles back to the ranch. So I did that the past 2 years.
16 one way.
One way. So financially, it doesn't work.
You think.
So, but I was willing to try it for a while. I didn't want to give up on it. So, it was, it's a 50,000 acre spread that I was involved with. My friend owns the ranch. I ran my stock there, and finally said, this isn't working out, so I'm going to throw the towel in, and got rid of the stock.
Let me give people some reference here for an acre is roughly 202 by 202.
Yes.
Okay. And there's 640 of those in a square mile.
Yeah.
And divide that by 50,000.
Yes.
And that's a lot of square miles of dirt,
It's
right?
a lot of land.
And not many paved roads there, right?
No.
So what's their weather like in there? I mean, is it dry?
It's brutal. It's beautiful. It's brutal 8 months out of the year, and then the other 4 months is nice. So it's feast or famine.
I had a friend that lived in Ireland. He said it's rainy and dark and cold, but the rest of the time it's just bad weather.
Yeah. Well, Wyoming's a little better than that, but it's feast or famine out there.
Really?
That's
kind of
that's
semi-arid.
the real deal. No sissies will stay. I promise you. Last winter, not this past winter, winter before, we had probably 63 days, 28 below zero, wind speed 40 miles an hour, and we worked out in it truly 14 hours a day.
How do the cattle put on weight, or do they just stay alive? Is that all they do?
Survive.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's brutal country.
Well, and when I talk about goat ropers, and you guys knew where I was going with that, when we haven't pre-discussed this, last time when I saw you were outside the gate at the other location, I said, "How's it going?" You said, "Well, lambs are dropping. I can't cut your hair now. I got to run back to Wyoming." I'm like,
Right.
Lambs are dropping? Really? You're going to drive 1,600 miles to catch lambs, huh?
Yeah.
Mercy.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful lifestyle, but too far away from the village to ranch.
Yeah. Well, what brought you to the village? Jim, you're next.
Okay.
So, my daughter moved in here. I grew up in Arkansas. I was told to never come inside the village. There's a bunch of Yankees that live here, and so I kept looking for them. And
You haven't seen them, have you?
I haven't seen them. And so, honestly, I grew up in Arkansas. I was told that, so I never would really investigate it. And my daughter moved here, and we come to visit from out west back to Arkansas, and we drove through the gates, and I said, "Man, it's nice in here." That's the first time I've heard all this negativity, but it's nice in here.
And hadn't seen a Yankee yet.
Haven't seen a Yankee yet. I didn't really know what they looked like. So
had that "We don't break for Yankee" bumper sticker going on. You were ready.
So anyway, after we got in, my wife said, "This is nice in here." I said, "We should build a retirement home in here." So we did, and it sat here empty for 2 years while we lived in Colorado.
Really?
And we eventually moved back 2 years ago and live here. This is home now, which is home for me. Anyway, the state.
Really? Well,
the
and
state
I haven't asked, and I hope it's okay, but can you, in a minute, allude to what you do in that other 2 weeks where you go up north? Your version of north?
To the ranch?
Yeah, well, no, just up to north central Arkansas. Just come back to that in a minute, okay?
Okay.
Jim grew up around the South Arkansas area, but how'd you make it close to the village?
Well, I grew up in North Little Rock, so I was always familiar with the locations and the areas.
Yeah.
My father and brother had an asphalt company, and they told me that they have laid a load of asphalts in this community, and it is steep hills and up and down, and look for cliffs because you could run off them real easy. And there's some people out there building houses on those cliffs.
Crazy people with amazing views.
That's amazing views. Can see Hot Springs, Arkansas from on one of these hills.
Yeah.
It's amazing, beautiful. But I would say my drawing, I had retired, and my cousin had said, well, I got this good place that I'm cutting hair in, and it feels more homely and more comfortable to your atmosphere and my atmosphere. Would you like to come over and visit and see what you think about my barbershop?
See, you got to watch that cousin advice. Next thing you know, you got your butt busy again.
That's right. So I've pulled in. I've been here for 2 months, and I've got nothing but more than welcoming. While I've been here.
Yeah.
I would think that anybody that I've run across, I haven't found anybody that's just been somebody that I don't think that I could get along with.
Yeah.
I'm not a golfer, but I could enjoy the water, I can enjoy the views, and I can actually enjoy another golfer watching them try to get that little ball in that hole. Sit back and just watch and go, well, I tell you what, honey, my wife, I got $5. If he puts it on the green, I will give you my $5. But I don't think he's going to get it on the green.
I think my $5 is safe.
Yes.
I think my $5 is safe. There's a classic book they talked about on the radio called A Good Day's Walk Ruined, the Game of Golf. And it's funny, a lot of people, I have a friend from Little Rock, buddy I went to school with, Paul Merritt, CPA, and Paul kept asking me, he said, now you're living out there in the village. And I said, yeah, we both grew up in kind of South Arkansas, Benton, Bryan area.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. He said, why? I said, because after I got there, I couldn't wait to get back quick enough. And he said, why? I said, the adults live here.
That's right.
And he said, what do you mean? I said, as a rule, you go through town and there's people having fits and screaming and hollering and whatever. Most times it's just easy people wanting to get along. They don't want to have a hollering, screaming fit with anybody.
Yep.
And to which he then said behind that, so do you play golf? I said, I did probably 5 or 6 years ago. Once in a while, used to play with my dad all the time. But you don't have to do that to enjoy it. Well, he bought a townhouse over on Lake DeSoto. Every weekend, hey, are y'all going to see at the Beehive? Are you going to the DeSoto Club? Are you going to the, and Diane and I have an inside joke. We'll be at the casino, or we'll be at the bingo parlor, or we'll be at some concert or whatever, and she'll say, we'll look at our watches and she'll say, are we going to make it home in time for Matlock? I said, probably not, honey. Probably not tonight. But all that to say, tell me about your place where you go the other 2 weeks. Sometimes.
Well,
a little bit of it. You don't have to disclose.
The ranching ended and opened another door, so we had been looking for property up North Arkansas and found a really special place close to the National Forest up there, and we're finding ourselves going up there quite often now.
I bet. It's very secluded.
Very secluded, end of the road, very private, set up. It's got its own natural swimming pool and in the front yard, so it's pretty amazing.
Oh, man. So have y'all ever heard of Tim Ernst? He writes hiking books, and you've seen the picture of Hog Crag's Bill up there, where it's this it looks like an eagle beak that goes out over the and he's the guy that's taken those photos. He's the guy that helped develop that. Okay. He's written over 27 books of photo books in Arkansas. He's written 13 hiking books. He is the definitive guy. He lives very close to that area.
Really?
And we interviewed him probably 2 years ago. You talk about a fascinating guy. Fascinating guy. And the reason that I interviewed him is because he had just come down to the village.
Okay.
And I said, why would a guy from the Buffalo River area, why would you come down to the village? He said, because if I didn't live in the Buffalo River area, I'd be in Hot Springs Village tomorrow morning. I said, are you serious? Now, this is a huge naturist. And he said, you're a few miles, just a couple miles from a national forest in any direction you go. You know, you've got access to any of the water you want. Yeah. You've got hiking everywhere, the Washita National Trail. He just went on, and I was like, well, not only does he know the Buffalo River area quite well, he knows the Hot Springs Village area quite well, too. So if somebody wanted to be a member, what would they do, Cowboy?
Well, it's a big investment. It's $1.
Let's see what I got here.
If you happen to have $1 and you know what fun is, you got to know the definition of fun.
Can you spot me the dollar if I'm low?
Yeah, I'll lend you $1 if you need one. So that is the Bible of this. If you look into the ceiling right here, there is 270. How many we got? 275?
275.
We have 275 members now. We've added some since Jim came on board.
And Jim's still hiring if y'all want to have Jim.
Yeah. We're looking for
get you some of this. Get you some of this.
Yeah, 225 more new members are welcome. That if you're fun and you like nice places, we have it for you.
Why? And we missed this little detail. Jim, why are we sitting at a bar? Why is there a bar in the barber shop? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just asking.
It's just a little extra.
This is something that you're treated with when you come to the barber shop. That the country private barber shop. Members only for your opportunity to come in and sit down and relax and enjoy, without feeling like you're being bartended or anything. It's a self-service, if there's something here that you want, you know, it's free for your
ice maker,
enjoyment.
Beer under the curve, hard liquor across the back, soda colas, water,
wine,
coffee.
all behind the bar.
Coffee, help yourself.
Wine behind the bar.
Did you, and I don't mean this wrong, I've never asked you this, did you borrow this concept from some other place? Because this is just golden.
No, I
really?
did not. It was,
I figured there might have been a place that had a little bar.
I had the barber shop that I had was this type, Western, but my wife has seen me do more than one now. She's seen me do several, and she says, you nailed that one. That is the best that I've seen you do. And
really? She's
probably seen me put together 3 or 4 in the past 24 years that we've been together. So anyway, this one she felt like this is the best, with the best feeling and the atmosphere, the smell, the haircuts, just the whole package is the best that I've ever put together.
Did you have this in your mind? Did you go, okay, well, there's a pole over here, there's another
No,
pole here,
it was hard for me. I've always found it very easy to do this.
Yeah.
And when I came into this building, it was just blank. And I called my daughters. I said, I'm stumbling. I don't know where to start. And I usually don't have that problem. And I had all this Western. Everything you see in here was piled in the middle of the floor. Honestly, it was waist high. And I'm like, where do I start? And so I was struggling with that. So she said, Dad, keep working on it. You're going to get it. I know they think that I'm some kind of designer, and I'm really not. But I wrapped my mind around the barbershop, and I finished it first. The barbershop needed to be complete with the clippers in place that I could cut hair. And then when it was finished, I moved over to our waiting area. I totally finished it. And then this was still a blank spot. I hadn't even got to the bar. I hadn't even looked at it. And then went to stage 3, which was the bar. And we finished it out, and now we have a complete barbershop that's very unique.
I tell you what, it's something to behold, my friends. It really is. This is something to behold. Jim?
Really proud of the place.
You think so? You think so? Hey, listen, I don't want to see Jim starving. Y'all come see him if you need a haircut, okay?
Come see us.
And Cowboy, too. Dennis Simpson, Hot Springs Village, Inside Out. We will see you next time.
Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.